book babes. Welcome back to Two Girls, One TBR. I'm Rebecca, and I am deep in my villain era and completely obsessed with morally gray men over at Azrella Reads and Instagram.
And I'm Heather, your resident dark romance enabler and lover of all things cursed, tragic, and a little bit spooky. You can find me at Kindle Me Reading on Instagram.
Now, last week we got into spooky dark romances, but this week we're taking it even deeper into the stories where love itself is cursed.
Yes, so this is the one with haunted hearts and cursed loves. We'll be talking about fated mates, torn apart by destiny, souls, bonds, like the soul bonds that defy death and heartbreaks that haunt you very long after the last page that we love the
Now,
stories.
it seems that I have a majority of the books that I read are still under this genre
Yes.
because of the stack of books that I have sitting here beside me. Now, what book made you first fall in love with that love that hurts trope?
Probably ACOTAR first, because that's kind of like what I got back into. But then I discovered The Legends of Thesmar by Helen Schurer. I love saying her name because I never say it right.
I think that might be what it is.
Schurer, something like that. Schurer.
I don't know. Maybe someone can tell us. Again, we don't pronounce
But
anything correct.
yes, never. This book, Blood and Steel,
Yes.
is one where, there's a lot of parts there that I would say are there's curses, there's like forbidden romances and heartbreak. Oh my gosh, like throughout the series.
Well, that's an
It's good.
excellent
That it has
series.
so many feels, and you feel she does a great job writing all of that. So the
Absolutely.
heartbreak
Every
is
single
there.
one, the emotional toll and tug that it does to you from the first book to the last book.
Yeah.
The last book, that one there, it is written so beautiful. And the things that happen at the end and how things have to play out, it absolutely got my heart. And that was a book I cried at the end of.
Yeah. Yeah. Throughout the series, pretty much.
Oh,
But
yeah.
yeah.
For me,
Good one.
now mine is the Plated Prisoner series.
Oh, that's a good one.
That one, because I had read ACOTAR, and then the next series I got into was The Plated Prisoner.
Yeah.
And ACOTAR does get you. I agree with you
Yeah.
100% on that.
There's a lot of
Especially with my
movies.
sweet surreal.
Oh,
But
oh my gosh, that chapter. I definitely cried.
absolutely, because
We were like best friends by then.
oh yeah, and you love him, and he's just,
And that
and it was,
bitch.
and that bitch. Oh, Chelsea and I have talked about her. We do not like her.
Yeah.
She's
She's well written.
Oh,
yeah.
Absolutely. But she does get hers in the end, so it is worth what happens to her. But now, when I was reading the Plated Prisoner series, and you start, because you don't really understand 100% what is going on and that kind of thing. In the first book, you feel bad for her because she's trapped, and she loves Midas so much. And you're like, why do you love this man so much?
Yeah.
He is a scuzz bucket.
Yeah. Like he treats her so wrong. And she says it. She's like, oh, but I'll forgive him as long as he comes to see me every once in a while. So bad.
He's in the stuff like he would do, like right directly in front of her. And it's just, I don't know. He's an asshole. I don't like him. But that was love that hurts.
Power monger.
He's an absolutely awful person. Now, what's one curse or haunted love story that you still think about months later?
Okay, haunted love. Maybe, is it, do we ever decide, is it Nixia or Nyaxa? Nyaxia.
I think how you had it pronounced was correct.
Nixia?
I think I mispronounce it.
Nyaxia?
I said Nyaxis.
Anyways, the Serpent and the Rings.
Right.
The Serpent and the Wings series by Carissa Broadbent.
Yes.
That one. I constantly go back. That dang cliffhanger at the very end. And the tragedy of that ending of the
Absolutely.
deaths and gods coming and all sorts of things. That was a
Absolutely.
headbanger. That one will always be with me.
That is a very good series. I'm excited to start the next duology and read the novella, or I guess it's not a novella, it's a standalone first, and then those. I
Yes,
look forward to reading those. I have them. They're sitting on my shelf. I just haven't made it that far. But hopefully this winter
I
here
know.
I'll have a little more time. But now for me, the one that just keeps hanging in my heart is The Curse That Binds. Now,
Oh, yeah, getting to that.
now, mind you, now I've read Bewitched, I read Bespelled, so you know the end game of The
Hmm.
Curse That Binds because she tells you in those stories what the end game is. And the whole time you're reading The Curse That Binds, it just sinks into you. That's another one. At the end of that book, I cried on that one
Yeah,
too. That tells you when an author is a very good writer and tells a
yeah.
beautiful story
The
is
backstories.
if it can make you cry,
Yeah, yeah, that
that
too.
emotion.
Yeah. I love a good backstory to get that emotional depth to your characters so that you feel that
Well,
ugh,
well, Laura
heartbreak with them.
Well, Laura said when she was writing that book, she didn't think it was going to be a very long book. She thought it was going to be just a little novella. But once she started writing it, their story was so much bigger than she had anticipated. And
Yeah.
it's thicker than the other two books.
Yeah.
Are you going to
I
read it
noticed
soon?
that. Yes, I am finally at the end of Alchemized.
Oh, okay, you got to that one.
That has taken a while to get through. And I would even say that is like a haunted love story. And that book is dark. You would like it.
Let's see, I
But
have
it's
it on my
very
list.
political and it's very espionage and uh a lot of chemistry, a lot of uh world building, a lot of magic system to it where I was like 50% through and I was still like, I think I still don't understand what's going on.
So,
Like, who is battling who? I kind of get it, but the
is
magic
it confusing?
systems were interesting. So, pretty much what I get is that there's a group of people with magic that create necrothralls, like necromancy. They like bring back people from the
Okay.
dead. And then there's the people that are like, no, we must not be evil in that sense and using necromancy.
Oh,
But then
okay.
there's like other parts of this magic system with the necromancy, and they could do things to the mind. And
Interesting.
yeah, there's like a lot of elements to it. So it would be one that I would have to reread
Does it have a
later
glossary
to understand it.
or anything in it that it
I don't
helps?
know.
I like when books have that kind of thing so I can
It
look
probably
back.
does, but I'm one of those people like, get to the story first. I don't read through that.
Now I
Not until the end or when I need it.
now see when you start the Legacy series, she has a little glossary so you remember who's who and stuff like that. And the
Yeah.
pronunciations of how
Hers are
people's names
funny.
are.
If you've never gone through MKR's glossaries, they are hilarious. There's like, yeah, the side bitch and like the evil slayer. Have you ever read them? They're
Which
really
one is it?
funny.
Which book is it?
Like in well, all I've seen is Lady of
Oh no,
Darkness,
see, I
but
haven't. I have Lady
her,
of Darkness. It's sitting there, but I haven't read
if you look through
that
the
one.
glossary, and her people, and she'll name them like who they are, and she has like little name tags for each
Oh, I'll have to look at that
of
one.
the certain characters, and it's hilarious. I read through it one day, I was like, oh my gosh, yes, this is a perfect name for this character.
I
Oh, it
think
was great.
I think Sarah J. Maas, there, Sarah J. Moss, whatever it is. I think she should do that with Akatar, and we could put
Yeah,
Ianthe and different ones
like
and say
all you
that
would have to
bitch,
say is that bitch,
that
and you would
bitch.
know who that person is.
Now, let me ask, who do you think is the bigger bitch in Akatar? Do you think Amarantha or Ianthe?
No, I think Amarantha is just a control freak. Like she just wanted the power. and she had the power so she could control what she needed to with her power. Whereas Ianthe doesn't really have power, so she has to use her little mind powers and socialize and say the right things and
Manipulate.
set her little seeds and plant things to make herself feel bigger so that she can reap
So you think
rewards.
she's the biggest bitch out of the two?
Oh yeah. Yeah. She's like the mean girl at school.
Well, she is awful.
Yeah.
She is
I think
absolutely awful.
Amarantha's like the bully that, Anthe would be like, hey, we're going to the fight and you're going to do the fighting. And Amarantha would be like, yeah, I'm going to go bloody these bitches up. And the Anthe would be like, yeah, and now you're dead and I'm the queen.
Amarantha is a horrible person.
Yeah.
But
I mean,
I
she
think
just had she's straight villain. Like, she has no empathy.
I think
at all.
she had so much lust for Tamlin that it drove her insane.
Yeah. That's the one thing that she couldn't have. I think they even explained that, I want to say. Like,
Well, he never
she's
wanted
throwing
her.
a tissy fit. Yeah,
Well, I
she's
think
throwing a tissy fit
well,
because
we
that's the one thing that she can't get.
well, we were talking in one of our mini episodes, Chelsea and I, that one of the theories is that Tamlin was her mate. So, and he
Mhm.
rejected the mate
I
bond.
heard that.
So that may
And
have
didn't
made her
know.
lose her mind.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know, we'll see what happens in ACOTAR 6. Who's
I know.
Tamlin's mate?
I
Was
wonder
it
if we'll ever get
Amarantha?
to that. Yeah. Are we still talking about Tamlin these days?
Chelsea said that she can fix him.
I know. She's got a big
We're
heart.
going to just say bless her heart with that one.
I don't have time for that.
Chelsea, we love you. We know you wanted the
Yes.
saving. Okay, so
Sweet
now
of you.
let's start with the kind of love that refuses to stay buried. You know, the ones
Okay.
that linger like a ghost and keep us coming back for more. Now, I had mentioned The Curse That Binds. That one there, if you haven't read it, don't read it first. Read Bewitched, read Bespelled, then read The Curse That Binds. And then next summer, Bedeviled comes out. I did read an excerpt
I'm
from
excited.
it. She had it, if you follow her on her newsletter, or Thalassa, you can get a little tidbit of it, and it's very good. But it's a haunting romantic fantasy about love that's bound by magic and time. So just remember that when you go into that series. But there's curses and fate twists that the devotion goes into an obsession. Laura Thalassa, it's her signature tragic beauty that runs through on every page of the book.
Yeah.
But what do you think makes love that survives beyond death so addictive?
Right? Okay, so yeah, so Memnon and Selene,
Yes,
they are like fated mates across
all time.
millennia, right?
Yes.
All time. So no matter what and where they're reborn and brought back, they will always have that pull and that
Yes.
love. And in the book, Bewitched,
Mhm.
she is reborn, has no memory of Memnon, but he finds her and he's like, there you are,
Yes.
my mate. And she's like, who the heck are you,
He's
dude?
like my queen. He kept
Yeah.
saying to her, and she's like,
I mean,
I don't know who you are.
devotion of love.
Oh,
Yeah. So,
and
and he's like waiting for
loves
her to, and he dirty talks her to make
Yes.
her so embarrassed because she's like, I don't even know who you are. Why are you talking about my little bits?
And what is it that he
He
says?
loves it.
What is it that he said? He's been inside her more than the stars in the sky or something like
Yes,
that.
something like
Oh,
that.
he's so
And you're like,
dirty. And she's like,
it's good.
it's very good.
That book, I have not laughed out loud like that in a long time. That book was so good. But yeah, like what does it, I mean, why do we love those, not really fated mates here, but like celestial mates, would you say?
It's kind of like that one line
Everlasting?
it's kind of like that one line in Dracula where he says, I've crossed oceans of time to find you. Do you know how much that makes me swoon? And I'm like, if my husband came up to me and said that to me, I would be pudding. I'd be like,
what are you talking about? I feel like that doesn't make any sense.
I've crossed oceans of time to find you. But in essence, that's what Memnon does.
Yeah.
He does, because he's in a slumber for 2,000 years.
Yeah. And then he wakes up and then immediately he goes right to her.
Because he's
And it
drawn to
takes her a
her.
while to get to this, acceptance of it. And it's kind of like a new love for her. But,
Well, it is a
anyways,
new
but
love
yeah,
for
I
her
think
that
it's
she doesn't
that.
understand why she is drawn to him. We should say
Yeah.
that.
And I think it's that familiarization
Yes.
that gets to me, that no matter who you are at what time, you'll always be loved for who you are,
Yes.
because she's a very different person from the first Celine that she was, the queen that he knew, but he still loves her uncontrollably, even though she's this brand new person
She's a
that
brand new
he's starting to
person.
get to know.
Well,
And she says
yes.
that. She's like, "I'm not that person that you are talking about. I'm not that
It's
kick-ass brave
because
queen."
that part of her was so locked away. She
Yeah.
didn't know who she was.
Gets her mojo back, but she's still not exactly the same because she is Celine now. And he has to accept that, and he does, because he's like, "I will love you
Yeah.
no matter what."
And
And that, I think,
his love, and it's just, he is just like, oh, I just love Memnum. The way
yeah.
he loves her, no matter what, she can be as mean to him. She
Uh-huh.
can
And
say
he
whatever. And he's like,
laughs at her.
yeah, he's like,
It's like that tickled.
yeah, he doesn't care. He likes it when she's feisty. He
Oh
calls her his
yeah.
little witch.
And he goes, "Wow, your eyes right now are burning of desire."
And he loves it. I think the more
Yes.
she fights him, the hotter he gets for her.
Oh, for sure. Yes.
But wait till you read The Curse That Binds and you'll see some hotness with Memnum.
I can't wait. I can't wait to get back to them.
But now, then again,
Yeah.
but like like we're talking, oh, here, I'll show it. For our people that are excited about watching us on YouTube, here is The Curse That Binds. This is the book. Now, I have the cover that goes with the indie covers, but there's two different covers. You can have with the new one, or you could have this. This is the one that matches the indie. So I'm hoping when she does have Bedeviled come out, I'm hoping she does it the indie cover, so the whole set will match. But
Yeah.
I love it. I can't wait for you to read it. It's exciting.
Okay.
Next, there's the Plated Prisoner series. Because to me, it's a gilded retelling of King Midas. There's trauma, manipulation, rebirth through love. So Arin's journey from being captive to a queen of her own story, I guess you'd say, embodies the haunted love and survival. Does that make sense in your mind since you've read it?
Embodies I could see that. The survival of love because of all the trauma that they go
Yes.
through, really. Oh my gosh. Yeah. And how he finds her and what she's
Remember, he said it was like a
escaped.
beacon,
Yeah.
and he knew she
I
was
mean,
there. And as soon as that moment, he said it was like a beacon of light. He knew, but she didn't know. Dang,
and
these
then
men
I
of our
think that's
books.
kind of odd. And I don't, I'm trying to remember back, like why she didn't
Well, she didn't know who
have
she
that.
was.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think it's because she doesn't know about herself and where she came from and her power and stuff. So,
I don't think she understood who she was, but she was so stifled by Midas
yeah,
because she was
brainwashed.
so young. Oh, 100% manipulation there,
Yeah.
because
Uh-huh.
he's a rotten asshole.
Mm-hmm.
The things
Yeah.
that happened to that man,
And
it
not a
makes me
good
so
red flag.
happy. The things that
No.
happened to him make me so happy. I
Yes.
believe that's book 3. It's
3
book
or
3 or
4.
4. It's a
Yeah.
good thing. But the first book is Guild. I have it here too. I can show that one. But it's a 6-book completed series. So if you want to get into a completed series, I have to get it's at the bottom of my stack for some reason. I have books everywhere here. But here's Guild. This is book 1. Now, this one, do not DNF the series. Some people have a problem with this one. This one here, you have to consider it as world building. Stuff happens in it, but the rest of the series will knock your socks off.
Yeah. Once you meet, what's his name?
This
The
delightful
commander.
man,
Yeah. What's his name at
Commander
first?
Rip.
Rip.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. You'll love Rip.
Oh, you'll love him.
And then you'll love Slade.
And then you will love Slade. But you will
Yeah.
find these men,
King.
and they will delight you in many ways.
Yeah,
I
there's
always
lots of.
say my husband is my own personal Slade Ravenger.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that
Good pick.
of any indication. But now how does Arin's side or her relationship with Midas show a darker side of love? To me, that's manipulation.
I know.
It's
I
not
feel
love.
like it is. It's not. I mean, she thinks she loves him
Yes.
because he helps her, protected her. But what she didn't know was that he was manipulating a lot of that to
Everything
make
was a
it seem
manipulation.
like that. And we don't know that at first, so I think that's also confusing with the love because you're like, I get
You
it,
do
like
think he loves
first
her at
love.
first.
Yeah, and that's her first love
Yes,
after all the abuse that she had gone through
correct.
with sexuality and things as a child. And then this first time this person comes to her and swoons over her and makes her feel loved and
Oh yeah, because
knows how to pull those
yes.
strings that she
Oh, he's a
needs.
master
Oh,
manipulator.
big puppeteer. And she
Absolutely.
fell for it. And I mean, but who wouldn't?
Oh
I
yeah.
mean,
Because the things that she goes through as like a teenage girl and in this horrible world. Oh yeah, even when she's little, she's having basically that man owns her. And then he forces her to
works on the street.
and then he forces
Yeah.
her into other kind of things that were not very good because she was golden. It made her
Yeah.
more valuable to him.
Valuable.
And
Make more money.
because she was unique, so and creepy men found her alluring. And then once she took off, and then she got up with Midas, and as you follow the story, then you realize what a creep he is, because you know he's a creep. You know he's a creep in the first book. You can tell. It's not, something's we're missing a piece of the puzzle. And she's definitely missing a piece of the puzzle. Yes, because she's looking at it. Remember, she always says the sunny side of things, Yes. Oh, 100%. She is
just a bad, doomed.
Oh, it's awful.
Shaded filter of what she needed. And then when she finds the other guy,
oh yeah,
then she's
then
like,
she knows what love is.
okay, yeah. And I think that's also a great connection
Yes.
to learn from in this series of I wouldn't call it character growth, or maybe a little bit, but more like love growth or something. But
well, she learns what love is
determining, yeah,
because she is so
and
manipulated.
What she wants and needs, and knowing that you could ask for a certain way to be loved, and people will do that for you and not just love you the way they want to.
Yes.
So,
but again, 6 books, completed series, Raven Kennedy, the Plated Prisoner series. I said that really slow. The Plated Prisoner series. But it's very good. I highly recommend it. Now this next one, this is in the world of the Crowns of Nyaxis, and I know that's not the right pronunciation of that word.
I think so.
Is it right?
Is it Nyaxia? I think it's Nyaxia.
Could be.
I think we're spelling it wrong on here. Maybe we're spelling it wrong. I don't know.
It's Nyaxia.
Okay.
So
Nyaxia.
Nyaxia.
Yeah. I think that's how you say it.
So we're going to go with that.
Yeah.
But now this is the novella.
Oh, that's why I was saying, sorry, let me interrupt for a minute.
Yes.
I was saying Nixia because Rain goes Nix's tits. That's why I kept saying that. Like Nixia. Because I was thinking Nix's tits.
I love Rain.
I think
He's
the god's
so good.
name might be Nixia. I don't know. So I love Rain. He's so funny.
He's good. Again,
yeah, sorry. So
this is a
fantastic
Nyaxia. There's in the first duology, there is a novella that goes between it. You have The Serpent and the Wings of Night, then there's The Six Scorched Roses, which is a novella, and then there's The Ashes and the Star-Cursed King. The one I'm talking about is the novella. This is The Six Scorched Roses.
Okay.
Now, this one here, it's set in that world, okay? This novella follows Lilith and Vale. You'll get to meet them, and they're lovely. And it's a mortal woman with nothing left to lose and a vampire drowning in centuries of grief, basically, is what's happening to Vale. Because remember,
Yeah.
he's like in that house, and
Like
I think he's like
a
1,000
lone
years old.
survivor of the war.
Yes,
Like, he talks about, like, the stuff in his house isn't really his, but he wanted to take it because otherwise it would just
get
not
lost.
exist anymore.
Correct.
Yeah,
He was like a
and he wanted
curator.
his culture.
Yes. And
Yeah.
what begins as basically a blood bargain between them, because they make a bargain, is what they do. It turns into this devastating, slow burn love story. There's sacrifice, salvation, choosing love, even if it means ruin. And I think that's an absolutely amazing story. And I'll show you. I know we've showed it before. Again, let's see if I can balance my books without them falling. This is this one. But like you see,
Yes.
it's a little tiny book. It's not a
It is. It's quick.
big, but it is so impactful, in my opinion.
It is. There's a lot going on, again, in that story
And
of
do not skip it.
Lilith
Read
and
it.
her scientific methods and
She's
how
very,
intriguing he is, or she becomes to him.
and she's very,
Yeah.
I want to call her kind of like Nerd Birdie. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Because she's
Yeah.
very
Very
professor.
kind of, yeah, yeah. I wouldn't say like too straight arrow, but in a sense, like she thinks like that, like scientific method of, yeah, like these are my, variables and this is the outcome that I'm looking for. So we're going to work towards that. She uses that in her relationships too.
It's very, I mean, he's a lot of broodiness to him. But as time goes on and like she's around him and he starts feeling again, if that makes sense. Because I think even though he would go and have flings and all kinds of stuff, I think he was just doing that for his physical self. But the
Yeah.
part inside him, something changed once he met Lilith, and that love. But the end of that book, oh my God, it is so good because of what he does. I'm not going to tell all of you, but he does something that will knock your socks off. That's another one of those
I'm trying to
moments.
think. I remember the villagers.
Because remember, everybody was turning to dust.
And then she talks to the god.
Yes, and she was meant to no longer be.
Yeah, because her dad made his deal.
And then Vale, that handsome man, comes in, and the description of
I will
Vale,
save you.
and then what he does. Again, please read it. You will love it. It's
Yeah.
absolutely. Now, what makes Lilith in Vale's love story feel more tragic? Is it her mortality or his curse that's with him?
I would say it's maybe more, I don't know, what would you say? I'm going to go with her mortality.
I was just going to say the same thing. Because he has eternity, because he's immortal.
Yeah.
He's a vampire.
Yeah, so he could love her, do what he wants, and then move on.
But her mortality is what is the tragic part of their love.
And
Because
the fact that she's sick and she already
Yeah.
knows that she has limited time and is dying.
Oh yeah, because of
So
whatever this thing that's happening in their village, in their world, and the weird stuff that's happening, because she has lost a lot of people, in her
Yeah.
village, and she was trying to find the cure of that. And he was the puzzle piece for her of her scientific knowledge, but turned out to be more.
Mm-hmm.
Again, people,
It's weird
read
when you
it.
play with each other's blood like that, what steamy things come up.
Oh God, I love Vale. And then as you go into the second book, The Ashes of the Star-Cursed King, you will see Lilith and you will see Vale again in those books. So I do highly recommend reading that after The Serpent and the Wings of Night. So you have their love story. So it does a more of an impactful feel of when you see them in the next book, if that makes sense.
Yeah. It is a little, what was I going to say? What is it called when you read something and you're like, oh, that's what happens in the story?
Like insightful kind of this? I don't know what word.
Spoiler.
Oh, spoiler.
That's what I was going for. It is a little spoilery because they talk about how he has shifted his views of the vampires.
Yes.
And Rain and all of the country. what are they? Not royals, but the
Well, they are head of the house. There's 3 different
yes.
houses of vampires. And
And they're
any
all in that
yeah,
bloodline, and so, like, those bloodlines, they like pure stuff,
and they're
and so
very focused on that, like you said, the bloodline of who's there. They're very focused
yeah,
on that.
and
So
then
when
Vale
things happen
changes.
from book 1 to book 2, not the novella, I'm
Yeah,
talking from book 1 to book 2, there's at the end of book 1 something you will not see it coming, as I didn't
yes,
see it coming. I know you didn't see it coming. And then you go into book 2, and he's like, because Val's very old school. Do we want to go with that? He's the supporter of the old.
yeah,
And
the
so
old
he has
ways.
to come in to a new era. I think we'll go with that term, a new
Yeah,
era. And it's a little hard for him, but I think by having his eyes open with her, I think it made him more open. His heart was more open to help. That's what we're going to go with, because we don't want to spoil anything for people. But you will love it. But again, read that as book 2.
yes,
Don't read that between the 2. Now, the other one, so we will, since we are talking about the series, The Serpent and the Wing of Night. Now, that's a deadly vampire tournament, human assassin, romance forged in blood and betrayal. Oriah and Rain are defined as star-crossed, bound by love, and destined for
yeah.
heartbreak. I really love it. At first I was like, I don't know, am I gonna like this? Because at first it was very gory, kind of at first, or whatever how you want to put it, because of what she has to do. But then you get sucked in, and it is absolutely amazing.
Once she starts making alliances in her game trials and she starts to kind of get to know these vampires that aren't her typical vampires. So
Yes.
that's kind of like a theme in a lot of these stories is the eye opening of the different, like there can be people that are similar but different and not everyone's the same. So
Well, she was so, I don't want to say brainwashed necessarily, but she
in a
was
sense her
trained.
dad
Her dad trained her.
sheltered her.
Yes,
And she only knew what she knew from her books and
for
what
what he
her
said to
dad
her.
told her and what she would go out and view on the streets, and all she saw was the same thing every time. So that's what she believed in. And
Yes,
she's never been anywhere but her city.
and
So
she
she
was in a
doesn't
palace
know.
too, you know?
Yeah.
She was
Yeah. So she was
very,
protected from all
yeah.
sides.
Because even like when they would
Yeah.
have their big banquet dinners, her dad would protect her because, well, she was kind of a snack.
Yeah. So
So
he
she was,
always was like, "Time to go.
oh
Back to
yeah,
your room. You
oh
don't wanna
yeah,
see this." And then once her dad's not around, she starts actually seeing
the
what
truth behind it
everything
all.
is.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it's just like what you said with like in the Plated Prisoner series, she was under a rose tinted glasses. I think Oriah she was very, but hers was more of like black and white, because she wasn't like in a happy way of like, oh, she wasn't in that kind
Right.
of thing, because Arwen's
She
more
was
like
very like,
that.
"Vampires are bad.
Yes,
Humans will be snacks. Done.
black and white.
I have to protect myself at all costs
Yes,
because I am
but it is
a yummy human."
amazing, amazing story. And then her and Rain, it's so good.
Yeah.
You know,
Their love
why?
story.
Let's see here. Now, do you trust Rain, and do you think he deserves redemption when all this occurs? I think he does.
I do because he's a nice guy
Yeah.
that had to do bad things.
Yes.
And he did them, we'll say, for not necessarily the right reasons, but he thought he was doing something for
The
the
greater
right reasons.
good. I think he
Yeah,
thinks
we'll
for
say
the,
that.
we'll put it that way. Yes.
Yeah. So he was doing things to change the regime and helping uh, people, but
I think I
then,
do think he does deserve that redemption thing. I don't
yes,
think he should always be
because,
painted as that guy.
right. I don't feel like he was ever a villain per se. Like,
No.
brutal killer, sure.
But they're all
Ruthless
brutal.
military guy. Yeah.
They're all
Yeah.
brutal and they're all
Yeah.
killers. So he did what he had to do to
Yeah.
survive. Just the same as Oriah. She's doing the same thing. She
was like ready to kill everyone.
I mean, through the trials, look how many people
Yeah.
she killed.
I know. That is such a hard love story because you want them to just say, it's all okay.
Yes.
But you have to understand the grief and the turmoil that went through the relationship. And then you're like, their timing is just so bad.
But it's so good. Now, if you go to read that one, I'll just show that one. This is, again, these have such pretty covers on them. I seen the new one for the next, the third set of duologies. It's purple. Did you see that one? I can't remember. Something with lion. I can't remember what it's called now. But this is book one. This is The Serpent and the Wings of Night. Remember, it's going to be 3 separate duologies. You follow 3 different houses of vampires. This one does the first. I don't remember what vampires they are. I don't remember that part. But that follows Oriah's and Rain's love story, 6 Scorched Roses in the middle. Then there's the next 3. Well, there's a standalone, the next duology, and then there's 2 more books for another duology.
Misha's and the 3 and 4.
And it's Sepetus. What was his name?
Septimus.
He's
I remembered it.
In the third duology.
Oh, that'll be a good one.
Yes, because
he's what happens to him.
Smooth, smokes his cigarettes. I like to.
He's cunning.
He's very
one
cunning.
Of those like smart-minded kind of guys.
Well, you can see the whole time he's plotting, he's planning.
Yeah.
I don't remember. Is he in the blood vampires?
Blood.
Yeah, the House of Blood.
So blood magic.
Yeah, because he's good. So I'm excited for that one. That one comes out next year. But she was showing the cover now, or maybe it's the beginning of the year. I'll have to look again.
Soon. I think it's soon.
I'll have to look.
I want to say February, maybe August. We'll see.
Well, I know it's next year. I know next year.
Yeah. There's just so many books to keep track of these days.
Oh, yeah. But again, you see how pretty this cover is.
I love those.
This is very pretty. You saw 6 Scorched Roses is pretty. The Ashes and the Star Cursed King. That one's pretty too. These ones have blue.
Yeah.
Those ones are, I think, red and yellow.
And then the other ones are like red and yellow. Yeah.
The next set, purple.
I finally bought my special editions of those. Yeah, because I never got them as the indie and I wanted hardcovers. So I was like, well, I'll just spend the money on the special editions. But of course, they're not going to get here for, it takes like 6 months by the time you pre-order this stuff.
They have the sprayed edges and everything?
Yeah, it's through Bookish Box. I got them.
Oh, those would be pretty then.
Yeah, and it comes with the novella.
So it has 6 Scorched Roses with it.
Yeah.
So they all match.
And maybe Slaying as well. Slaying the Vampire. I'll have to look. I don't remember.
Because I have those.
I have to get that.
They're waiting for me. But I'm excited because now I have a combo of them. Some of my books are paperback and some of them are hardback, but they are all identical, the same size. So it doesn't matter if they're paperback or hardback. I know. And I got my first book that has sprayed edges. Over Prime Days, they had Forbidden Alchemy, the hardback. It was on sale for like $15 or something like that, or maybe it was $12. It wasn't a whole lot. I know normally it sells for $30 and it has sprayed edges. I was like, look at me, my first sprayed edge.
Yeah.
So now, what books?
Now you're going to have to change them all.
My husband would have a stroke if I did that. Because he was looking at my bookcase. He's like, you have a lot of books. You haven't read a lot of those yet. I said, I know. This is what someone does when they collect, I told him. I collect books. Because indie covers, they'll be worth something someday. Because they'll go out of print. Now, which ones do you have? What books do you have under this category?
All right. So I had to bring up an indie author. I was talking to KW Foster A Curse of Breath and Blood.
That is a
And this
pretty
book,
cover.
it's beautiful. And she did such a great, this is her debut novel, and it was very well done. It has so many moving elements to it. It's dark. She's got a huge love triangle in here where you're like, who do you choose? Like, it took me a long time to figure out who I would choose in here. And just she's got the female main character, her name is Alia, and she gets sent off to be married to this guy. He ends up being a crazy wacko, kind of like Midas, we'll
Oh,
say.
okay.
Yeah, but he has power. So we'll say that. So, and he develops power. He changes her into a mind reader kind of thing.
Mm.
Gosh, where do I go? I'm trying not to like summarize the whole story here. So cursed love in here, I would say it's doomed from the start. Like she has a love that he's a prince, and he gives her up to go to this guy, Gideon, who demolishes her, makes her into a small piece of nothing, makes her feel so invaluable. She escapes, and then the Caden, who was her prince back in the day, comes and finally like finds her and is like, "Hey, I need your help." And so she's like, do I still love him? Do I not? And then she meets Theron. And Theron's like a very old elf who's like an heir. He's also a prince. So she's got like this prince love triangle with a crazy King X who's
Ah,
like trying to
that's a
find
very
her.
interesting story.
And so that's the love parts of it. And then there's just, some other darker elements. But I mean, she's like haunted
That's a series,
by
though.
her love. Yes.
Okay.
She has book 1 and 2 out now. I think it's going to be a trilogy.
Oh, very nice.
So,
That sounds
yeah.
very
And
intriguing. I like that.
there's so many elements to it where like her and Caden try to get back together, but it's kind of hard. And then he ends up losing memories of them. And so she doesn't know what
What to
to
do?
do with him because she wants to move on. But then she's like, I still have these feelings for him because he was my first love. And so to me, that's a hard turmoil, like cursed in a
Absolutely.
sense of heartbreak. How do you move on? How do you move on from what could have been? Those what ifs,
Yeah.
That's the biggest thing I think is what if? What if I loved him and we moved and ran away together? What if we got back together? Can we still be the same?
Oh,
And
see,
what if I go with this new guy?
then that definitely fits in our little category
Yeah.
here.
Yeah.
That's a good one. I have
That's
that.
a good one.
I've added that to my TBR since you told me about that one because it does,
Good.
and
Yes.
it does have spicy, right?
It does have spicy.
Yes, that's one of my
So,
requirements.
yeah. I was like, what are some new books that I can bring to Rebecca today? So this is one. I'm glad I was going through my books and I was like, oh,
Oh yes, I'm
perfect
adding that to
fit.
the TBR, or
Poor
I have it.
Alia. Alia goes through so much. Poor girl. And then I love a good love triangle. So that one
Wait,
definitely works for me.
wait till you go and read the Legacy series. We'll
I
have a
know.
nice triangle there.
Yeah. So from what you tell me the Legacy series is about, I would say this A Curse of Breath and Blood is similar
Hmm.
to what that triangle is. So if anyone listening is a Legacies MKR fan, you'll like KW Foster and her writing.
The Legacy is so good. I can't wait for you to read it. I'm excited for you because it's not like a love triangle of of jealousy, oh no, they're very accepting of the whole
Okay.
stuff that's happening.
Yeah.
It's
Like she
so
just
good.
doesn't want to choose somebody.
And the guys don't care. They don't
Yeah.
care either. Because
That's fun.
there's a
That's
scene
different.
there's a scene when things are happening. I'm not gonna tell you which ones. And the other one, he's there in connection. We're gonna go with the
Yeah.
term. And he's
Yeah.
with the
There's
whole thing, going with it. And I'm like,
there's some elements like that in A Curse of Breath and Blood
okay,
with
so
her relationships.
see then those, yeah, I would
Yeah,
like that.
she's very open because she also is cursed by death. And she has tried to
Unalive herself.
die before, and she has met death and they are friends. And so she cannot quite die until her mission is complete.
See, that's
So
interesting
she's
too.
very accepting to love and having fun and living life and just trying to get through all the shit that she has to go through.
Oh, see that again. I think that's an
Yeah.
excellent one. I think everyone should add that to their TBR list too.
Mm-hmm.
I know
It's
I will
good.
be. Now, what's the other one that you had? You had another one.
Yes, Heartless Hunter would also be a good one. And since it's kind of like spooky witchy season, I forgot to bring this up in our past episodes, but man, that one hits
That's
a
right.
lot of what we've been talking about. Our is Heartless Hunter with what is her name? Rune. Rune is she is a witch that she is hiding from the new regime after the Revolutionary War overthrew the witches' rule.
Mm,
So the witches now are
like
bad in the
uh,
world, right? So
they
like they're being
consider them.
hunted.
Okay.
Yes. So it's kind of like Presbyterian time now, and those people are after the witches. And so the new monarchy is hunting them. They don't know Rune is a witch, and there's a certain witch that is helping other witches escape from the monarchy's clutches. So there's this man, Gideon, and he is the best hunter of all. And he's caught so many witches and has burned them at the stake and all this stuff. And Rune has to get close to him. And he wants to get close to her as well because he thinks she has something to do with all of this witchy
Okay.
stuff going on. But she has been hiding for so long. It's a gamble. She's towing the line here. She's dealing with the guy that
He's
is
truly
trying
her
to find
enemy.
her. Yeah, yeah, like real enemy. And then the brother. So Gideon is the love interest,
Okay.
kind of like they court each other to try and get information from each other. And then his brother Alex is her best friend. So, and poor little Alex loves Rune and wants to be with her. And then she's courting his brother. And she's doing it for the witches. And so she's
And
like
he
kind of
doesn't
torn.
realize all this stuff because she can't reveal
Yeah.
that she's a witch.
Yeah.
Because,
And I
oh
think
no,
Alex does know. I think Alex does know. And he helps her. And I think there's that jealousy component of like, why are you talking to my brother? Why are you letting him court you? And why don't you? Yeah.
why don't you want to be with me kind of thing?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Yeah. Like, we've
interesting.
been
I know
friends
I have this
forever.
one on my TBR. I have
Yeah.
because it's a duology.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. But
It's really
is it
good.
completed?
Oh my gosh. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Yeah. The second
So
book is out.
definitely worth reading. Yeah. I mean, that Heartbreak, because they do end up falling for each other in their own ways and
Oh,
the things that they have to do to each other. Really
sounds
sad.
really good. Like again, I
Did
said,
I describe that good?
I think you
I'm
did.
like trying to go off of what I
Well,
remember.
it's hard to describe some of these books and stuff we have because we don't want to give
Too much
everything
away.
away. So please mind our random vagueness. We're trying because we don't want to give things away. Now, if we were doing a
Yeah.
deep dive and on that kind of thing, we could tell you a whole lot more on a lot of
Yeah.
our books.
My mom used
But
to always tell me that I would over summarize books for my book reports
you
back
would
in the day. I would overshare. Like I knew everything that happened. So I would never summarize. I would just tell her what happened in the book. Start to finish.
it's hard when you love a book so much because like all these books I recommend. They're not
Yeah.
just a book I've read and I'm like, oh, I just read it. No, these ones I love.
Yeah.
All of them. So it's hard not to say all the things that I love, if that makes sense, because I can't spoil it for those of you that have
I
not read it.
know.
Yeah,
Yeah, because some of those twisty moments where you're like, yes, this is why I picked this.
yes,
I can't
you
tell
can't
you
tell.
that. I can't tell you why that twist.
Now,
It's just twisty.
well, let me ask you now, which of these stories wrecked you the most emotionally? Now, I've told you,
Mm,
for me, it was The Curse That Binds. That one got me.
yeah.
Which one was the one that really wrecked you the most?
I think Crowns of Nyaxia was a good one.
Yeah.
That or maybe Plated Prisoner.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
I agree with you
both of
on those
those.
ones as well.
And then ACOTAR, of course, just because that was
Oh,
kind of
yeah.
there. But
ACOTAR
you can always bring
is
that one in.
that is such a staple. There's so much in those books. I love that series. I mean, there's some people that do not like ACOTAR, and it shocks
Yeah.
me when I hear it, and
They like, and then,
I'm like, who
you
are
know,
you
if you're,
people?
so that was the first one I read. And then other people read Tog first
Yes.
and then ACOTAR. And I feel like if you like either one or the other,
Mm.
or like me, I prefer ACOTAR over Tog and Crescent City, although Crescent City is pretty good. But I didn't really like Tog, and I was kind of pushing through just to kind of get through some of the point
Yes.
of views that she brings up because I was like, no, I want to know what happens to I don't even want to say her name because people will get mad. The main character who's an assassin. And so but I liked ACOTAR better than Tog. And other people will be like, no, Tog's better than ACOTAR. And it's weird. And some people they say, if you are a listener and you say, I hated ACOTAR, then go read Tog, because you'll probably like it better. It's weird. That's what I've noticed on Bookstagram.
Now, myself, I absolutely love ACOTAR, but I haven't read Throne of Glass,
Hmm.
so I don't know. Maybe I'll feel differently. Maybe once I read it, but ACOTAR just like there's books in it and there's series that just sink into you, and I think that's evident because Chelsea and I are doing the deep dive. We are so invested in it. I mean, I love it so much. It just amazes me with all the people's fan theories and all that kind of stuff. But
No.
I love it. I love it. It's that one there. That's a very
Very
emotionally
It
wrecking
is. It's
series.
heavy emotionally, and the plot. The plot is so thick.
Yes.
So many mysterious little seeds planted in there
Oh, I
that she
think there's a
constantly
lot of things
pulls.
because she said
Yeah.
she likes leaving Easter eggs and leaving different things.
Yes.
And I
She's
think
great
there's
at that.
so many little things because like some people are saying, oh, she just didn't factor in things or she forgot she wrote it. Oh, she doesn't forget what she has written. I don't
Or
buy that.
she's very good at going back to something and creating something out of it, which is also a great storyteller.
Exactly.
So, yeah.
Now, what type of love feels haunted or eternal for you?
Yes. Okay. Yeah. I was going to say this. I was. Because like I was saying with Manon and Celine and that connection,
Yes.
that feeling of you go through trauma and experiences together, like Araya and Rain, and they build this connection
Yes.
that no one else could ever have again with you through this trauma and trials and things. And I think that's where that eternal love kind of comes from, is those experiences you have with somebody
Yes.
and they turn into that love. Um,
I agree like 100%. Like I said, I agreed when I looked to see what your answer was
yeah,
because we ask each other little questions. I said, but the way the author writes and it draws you into that world, it makes you have those feelings, with
yes,
it. That's again, that is a hallmark of a exceptional author is when you
yes.
feel those feelings. I mean, I have read books that I mean, yes, they're a good story, but it doesn't make me feel things.
No, I agree. I definitely had those same feelings where I'm like, okay, that person died. Let's move on. Because there was no connection. I didn't get that empathy.
Yeah.
And I think that's where that background comes from. Like, I need that connection to somebody
Well,
that I'm
that's
reading about.
like I can give as example the Play to Prisoner series on also the Legends of Thesmar. You have these connections to several characters that you are very invested in, and they're not the main characters. They're other characters.
Like
And
Kip,
yeah. Oh,
he's my man.
I
He's
love
so
Kip. He's amazing.
Yeah, I
But
love a good side character.
but that emotion that you're attached in you form that bond with these extra
Yes,
characters beyond
where
the
they
main
become your
characters.
friends.
Yes.
And these are like your people that you
Yes.
care about. And you're like, no, you better not unalive my favorite side character.
Well, Well, in the
It's not what they're
plated
there for.
well, in the plated prisoner, there's a moment when there is someone that is deleted, and it was unexpected, and it was very hurtful. And
Live
I
and
was
Vale.
because there
Is it
there was
his
it was one of
his
his
people?
yeah.
Yeah, his people. Yeah.
And then there was a person that you kind of hate through the series, but sacrifices that moment, because I can't say what it is, but the
Uh-huh.
sacrifice of that moment, and the person with her, they sacrifice that moment together, and then
Uh-huh. Yes.
God is so good. But it's just that's that love that feels haunted or eternal. I don't know. Now, in your opinion, is love that survives death romantic or toxic?
I think it's romantic, but that could just be my dark side talking.
I think it's
Like
romantic.
Romeo and Juliet, right? Like that's what that would be.
Now, if it's a one-sided love that has faded into like an obsession, like say it's some crazy person and he loves her, but she's like, "Don't come near me. I don't love you." That kind of thing. And it's his love, but he thinks in his mind he's in love with her. That would be creepy. That's toxic.
Yeah, that's definitely toxic.
But no, I think all the other kind of
Unless
loves
you're
in our
Memnon.
books, it's romantic.
Yeah.
Memnon and his love is so eternal.
It's intense at first.
Oh, because
but then you understand
intense.
why, and then it's not so creepy.
Well, when you read The Curse That Binds, you will see his intensity and how much he loves her in that book.
Yeah, I know.
Because she loves him hard in that book too.
Yeah. Where
It's
it's reciprocated.
Oh yeah. And then he's just continuing on with how they were.
Right.
And so that's
she
why
doesn't know that. So that's why it's okay. It was a red flag at first. You're like, whoa, crazy dude.
Yeah.
And then you're like, oh, okay, this is really hot.
But his love never, that torch he holds for her never burns out. And he is ready for her at any moment. He wants he is angry with her and bewitched. Even though he loves her, she's his witch, his little witch.
He protects her even though he's mad at her.
He's very mad at her, but she caused it though for him to be mad at her. But she doesn't understand because she doesn't remember of why he's mad at her, if that makes sense.
Yeah,
but in The Curse That Binds, then when you read that, then you understand why things that happened in Bewitched. That's what I'm saying. You read that third. Because you can't ruin Bewitched and Be Spelled for yourself. Because if you read The Curse That Binds,
because you need that tension and that constant
Yeah.
bickering towards each other of like,
yes,
you're too
absolutely.
much. You're not enough.
Absolutely. Let's talk about relationships that are doomed from the start. You can feel the curse hanging over them, but you're still rooting for it anyways. Now,
So many.
Now for me, that's the Bargainer series. That's one of them. Now, this is the first book, Rhapsodic.
Yes, I have that on my TBR.
That is how I pronounce it. I pronounce it as Rhapsodic. I don't know. Is that the correct pronunciation?
No,
I don't know.
Don't ask me.
But this is Laura Thalassa. Again, she's amazing. But what's happening in that book? It's you're going to follow Desmond Flynn, and he is Fae, and you don't know really who he is, like the extent of who he is. All you know him as is the Bargainer. It follows him and a girl named Calypso, which they call her Callie. Now, Callie, she's having some problems. I believe it's her stepdad. He is not a very good person, and he would try things with her. Okay? He's one of those kind. And she ends up at 16, she unalives him. But now, he had dealings, her stepdad had dealings with the Bargainer because the Bargainer's business card was in the drawer. So she calls the Bargainer because she doesn't know what to do because she just unalived him.
Cool.
Or he's close to being unalived. And he's like, I don't deal with underage people. He's like, I don't deal with that. And she's like, please She's like, you have to help me. Please help me. He's like,
Yeah.
all right. He's like, I'll do this for you. So he basically makes it disappear. Like no one questions what happened to her dad. She did a bargain with him. Now, every bargain she makes with him, he puts a bead around her wrist. So it's like bracelet. And she ends up, I think, with it's like hundreds of them beads on her. Because over time, she would call upon him because she was lonely. Because he took her in basically and got her into this supernatural school. You know how like in Bewitched and Bespelled, there's the magical witch school. Well, this is another magical school, so she could finish high school. But now in the supernatural world, I think she was 15 at the time, because in the supernatural world, when you become 16, you're an adult.
Okay.
Okay, so it doesn't make it as creepy, because Desmond Flynn is very old. He's Fae, you know. And so over time they have they're bound by a decade of debts. So she's with him, she's at the school, and she would call him to come spend time with her, and that would cause another bead to pop up because she was making like a bargain with him to hang out with her. But he really enjoyed spending time with her, and you'll find out why as you read the books. But it's very good. So it's like a longing, redemption, and a love that keeps coming back from the dark. Because in the first book, you're going from 7 years ago, present day, 7 years ago, present day. Because at some point, he leaves and she doesn't understand what happened. And 7 years go by and she loved him. And these events happen, but you'll find out why it happened. Because there's something that occurs that actually makes this 7-year gap. And then he comes back to her. And it's so good. It's so good. So is Desmond truly cursed, or is he cursed by loving Callie? And I guess you could truly say it's both.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it's very good. I think you need to read that. But like they're not real big thick books.
No, I do have that on my audio TV to be listened TBL list. So I have it. I just need to get to it.
Did she do graphic audio for that?
Ooh, did she? I love graphic audio.
No, she did or not.
Might have to upgrade. Okay.
I know the Four Horsemen, she did graphic audio, I believe.
Ooh.
But I don't know about Rhapsodic. But if so, and Desmond Flynn, by the way, has long white hair. So he's not like our normal dark-haired broody guy. He's broody, but this one he's got white hair. Our friend Anem made artwork for him. She created him so I could see him. And he's quite delightful.
She's so sweet.
She's the best. But now, of course, we were talking earlier about The Serpent and the Wings of Night. Now, the second book I consider in kind of more in this one is The Ashes and the Star-Cursed King. Now, this is the continuation of Araya and Rain's story. It's blood, it's destiny, it's love that's defying the gods themselves. There's redemption, there's sacrifice, that's center stage. So I feel that this is kind of like a doomed fate, kind of in a way.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, that couple.
Absolutely.
Once one thing, actually, I can't even say like one thing goes right with them.
No.
The whole time.
No, because the whole time
there's always something disrupting them.
It's not like an organic slow burn love.
No.
It's up and down, and things are happening.
Constant
and
doom and
yes,
gore going on and navigating
absolutely.
that.
But that's an
But in that
absolutely
book,
good stories.
I feel like their love story becomes more like a friendship to love kind of trope. where they learn how to become friends again after what has happened in the first book.
Yes.
So, like a second chance in a sense.
Put it as that. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, because when you get to the end of book one, after that roller coaster of a ride, then they have to come back together.
Yeah. And they
And
have to.
yes,
So, in that sense, like they have this stuff over their heads, but yet they have to be together.
yes,
And that's almost like a curse in itself.
yes,
And
absolutely.
then like from then on, that is how their love life continues, is just one cursed thing after the next after the next.
Oh,
I mean,
I mean, it's destiny. It has redemption arcs in it and divine interference.
the divine part, yes. So, and then just what she finds out about herself and who
Yes,
she becomes. And then he is the enemy, right? For so many reasons. So she has to go through all these hoops
emotions and stuff.
and
Mhm.
emotions to figure out, I know I like this guy because I have this connection with him, this trauma we went through, and yet I I have this other, but I can't
Oh yeah.
get past this part. And then there's Nixia, right? The god of
Yes.
death.
Yes.
She kind of intervenes a little bit.
And really,
And
she
then,
shouldn't, but
yeah.
she does.
And oh my gosh. Yeah, there's just so much.
Well,
Like the royal families, the different vampire
do you think that
communities
this
are
book
against.
redefined happily ever after in a dark fantasy?
Oh,
Because
for
it's
sure.
different. It's not like, oh, I find my prince and, I'm going to marry
Yeah,
him. It's not that. It's different.
100%. Yeah. Yes.
I think she
And that might
does
be
a
a
good story.
spoiler, skip a little bit, but yes, this does end in a happily ever after in a traumatic, crazy kind of way.
Yes. Oh, yes.
But yes, like it does redefine that part of the dark fantasy to it, because you're not quite expecting that. Um,
Well, no.
and there's some tragedy before, and you really don't think you're getting it. So,
When you get to the end of book one and all the stuff that's happening there, and you see that, and you don't see, it's very hard to see at the end of book one it all coming back together, because you think it's always going to be that they're not going to be, and it's good. So I think it did redefine a happily ever after, that book. She's an amazing author, and
yes.
she did a very good
My
story there.
goodness.
And
Yeah.
I did look, while we were talking here. Let me see here. I looked it up. It's The Lion and the Deathless Dark. That's book, I guess that would be book 5.
5. Yeah.
And it is, here I'm going to look. It's Septimus. Is that how you pronounce his name?
Septimus.
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 And someone that I don't know is Kyrene. That's how I'm going to pronounce it. It's
Is that the general?
Kyrene. Kyrene.
That's the general
Hmm. I
of
don't remember.
the Araya's clan, the
Well, maybe it
Kashinads or something.
is. I'll have to look
Yeah,
back.
I think
But
that's the
that's
general.
their love story, it says. It says truly a fire meets ice pairing.
Yeah, I can see that.
It's coming out August 4th, 2026.
See, now I want to go read those. I already have like 5 books I need to read this week just from this conversation.
Oh, I know.
Oh
Oh,
God.
let's see here. Now, where are we at? See, I brought that up and then I lost my place where we were at. Oh, okay. So there's that. Now, the other one I want to talk about now, let's see. This is book 1. This is The Four Horsemen by Laura Thalasser.
Okay.
This is book 1. This is Pestilence. Okay. Now, I've read Pestilence and I've read War. I have not read Famine, and I have not read Death yet. Those two I haven't. I'm halfway through. But now each book, like I've said before, they're like a standalone because it's individual love stories. But please read them in order, because things that happen in Pestilence get mentioned in War, etc., etc. But
Yeah.
each book explores an apocalyptic love between humanity and divine destruction. Each horseman brings a different kind of ruin and redemption. So, it in essence, like, their loves they're cursed because they're never meant to be. But that love,
Like they're
proves,
fighting uphill for everything.
yeah, because like in Pestilence, he is basically running around on his horse, and he's given the plague to everybody and like wiping out entire cities because that is what he was told he had to do. And she sees him. She hides off the side of the road because he's coming through because he's riding a horse. And she took him out and she killed him and she lit him on fire. And she's like, yes. She's like, I did it. Now, he's divine. He comes back. He basically rematerializes. So he kind of like if he gets shot, like the bullets pop out of him, that kind of thing. So he's like, why did you do this to me? I mean, he's going around unaliving everyone, but he doesn't understand, if that makes sense. He doesn't understand why people are upset because it's his purpose. Does that make sense? So, and she's so angry with him, and she's trying to get through to him so he understands what he's doing. But he basically tells her, well, you're going to be staying with me from now on. And he makes her ride on the horse with him, and it's really good. But he does not give her the plague. He keeps her with him, and then he starts to understand what love is, what compassion is.
Okay, so he learns feelings.
He learns feelings, and he learns what like attraction is, because he didn't understand what he was feeling, because he's in a human form. So it's different than what he's ever experienced.
One purpose, one duty,
yes,
to like
this
unalive
is what
everyone. I was
made
made for. Yeah.
Yes. And he's really good looking, and he has long blonde hair.
Oh,
he kind of gives a Tamlin vibe in the looks. But
I could see that from how you describe his feelings.
Oh yeah. And then the next one is War. I can attest to that one. That is very good. But that one, he kind of has like a Memnon kind of vibe, because he's war and he battles, and he goes in and he's doing the same thing, unaliving all kinds of people, and he meets this girl that's basically trying to survive, because that one, it takes place over like in Israel, over in that area is where it kind of takes place, in the Holy Lands. And so she has to deal with him, and he basically is keeping her as his, because he's been with all kinds of women, but there was something different when he got with her. But it's very good too. But the things that happen in Pestilence are mentioned in War, so make sure you read them in order. But definitely a curse. Definitely a curse.
I can see that.
Now, which book or couple comes to mind first when you hear doomed lovers?
Trying to think of like a popular series. I don't know. You tell me. Tell me one.
Well, this is my thought, because I looked at the question and I was like, I don't really know either, because I think no matter what, even if they're doomed, they'll still come back together. So in all the books that I read, they're all kind of doomed lovers, but they always come back to each other. So are they truly doomed lovers if they do come back to each other? Do you see what I'm saying? I don't read anything where it's like, oh, we're never together again.
Yeah. I feel like you could maybe say when you don't get your happily ever after, let's say, and you know your time is limited. So,
Yeah.
and maybe like a third act breakup kind of thing, and then they stay apart. This actually kind of reminds me of the A Curse of Breath and Blood that I was talking about. That with K.W. Foster, the indie author, she has like doom lovers in there. Like her first love, Caden, and they were doomed from the start because she couldn't marry him. He had to be married to someone, she had to be married to someone. And then her marriage, again, doomed because this guy's a crazy ex now. And then she goes and finds another guy, and, um, there's something that happens with him, and it's like she can never quite capture that love and never fully get to love somebody because there's always that fear of what if I'm
Mm.
doing something wrong? What if that's not the guy for me? Or what if he dies? Or what if I am the cause of this? So I feel like you doom yourself with your thoughts.
Well, now after like when you were saying that, then I kind of thought of one. Well, who would I consider a doomed lovers? I guess. Now we've read the Plated Prisoner series. At the end
I'd
of
say
at
then.
the end of book 6, the ones that are with the bridge.
I agree. I
That
was thinking of that
true
too.
that would be, I'd say out of all of the books I've read, I'd say those are truly doomed love,
Yeah.
because
The That
once you
reminds me of like Romeo and Juliet. Like Slade and Oren are like that. Like they will go to the end with each other if
well
need be.
I'm thinking of the other two that had the bridge, and they had to make the bridge go away. In their
Medina, I think is her name.
is that what was that her name?
The Queen
Melinda.
Melinda.
Melinda, that's what it was.
Yes, Queen
And
Melinda
Dominic
Bell
was
or
the
something.
guy that
Yeah,
and it was
exactly.
too, at the end of the day, she found love too late, I guess, or maybe
Yeah.
it was right at the right time. Maybe that was what her story was meant to be. And they were truly doomed lovers because of what
Mm-hmm.
happens at the end of the book. Can't say what it
That,
is, but
and I mean their
yeah,
relationship probably would have not gone further than it was, and
I don't know. It
you
made me
never know.
sad that we didn't see, or that they, I mean, there was never a definitive answer. We're all assuming their fate, unless when that happened, it threw them or something. I don't know, but
Uh,
I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I think there could have been a story there with them, but I'm excited for even though that's a 6-book completed series, she is going to do another book in that world, and it's going to follow the brother.
yes, you told me that.
Hmm.
Thought you were saying like a novella
But I
or something,
wish
but
there would be mention of them again, because I think there could have been more there. But I'd say that would be definitely Doomed Lovers.
fun too.
Now, let's see here. Now, which author writes curses or fate-driven love do you think best out of all the different authors that you have read? For me, I think it's Laura Thalassa, because
Yeah.
every one of her books, they tend to be that kind of thing is happening. It's kind of a trope that she goes with a lot. I think she writes them very well.
A curse bond. This is where like my mind starts reeling into like so many different things. Like, well, this could happen, and
A lot of our books that we do read, though, they all have on
have
some
a
level, it's a curse of some kind.
variations. Yes, it's lots of variations of this.
Yes.
Um, but yeah, like I hate to be a broken record, but Carissa Broadbent and her Nyaxia series is this.
Yes.
feel like. I was trying to think of something else, but that's what comes to mind.
Absolutely.
They actually, at the end, somehow become a bond
Oh yeah,
that could be.
it's so good. Again, if you have not read them, listen to us. I mean, listen to us. We know what we're talking about. We have both read it, and it's absolutely an amazing series. I like I said, I gotta get to the second duology here, hopefully in the next month or so, because I'm gonna start Crescent City here. Oh, by the way, I'm almost done with Eldridge. I have about this much left. It is so good, by the way. It
Yeah.
You are going to hate this woman from his past so much. She's his past, but yet she's still in that present too.
Oh,
Yeah, wait till you meet her. She is
okay.
she kind of has, I'm going to put her as the vibe of Amarantha and Ianthe coming together in the cruelest way.
Ugh,
She's awful.
that'd be
Did you
bad.
hear a little bit about her? I think in Anathema. I think he
I was
mentions
going to
her.
ask if it was his captor
Yeah.
lady
Oh, it's her.
friend, not friend.
She's the commander. Or no, the
Her.
general.
Okay.
General Lois?
Okay.
I'm gonna say that's how I pronounce her name. It's probably not right. It's the general. The woman that put bars in his penis.
Yeah, that lady.
She's awful. But
Yeah.
you will
She sounds
discover her.
awful.
You'll discover how awful she is in Eldridge. But it's very good. Like I said, I'm almost done with it. Now, what is a moment from any of these series that made you scream into your pillow?
Oh,
Now, mine,
book one.
that's
of this.
Serpent and Wings Tonight. The way the book ended, because again, you don't see it
Unhinged
coming.
jaw. Yeah.
And it's like, it's one of those kind of moments. I was fortunate enough that I had all three of the books sitting on the shelf, so I could
Nice.
go right into them. But I don't know what people did when they first read that, and they had to wait all that time for the other two, the novella and book 2 to come out.
Yeah, I think I started reading them when the novella came out, which was after book 2 in Slaying, I think.
Because that is that's a cliffhanger, and that
Oh.
was a cliffhanger and a half.
Yeah.
So if you have not read it, look at our encouragement. We're trying to tell you to read the series.
I think I've
It's
mentioned
fantastic.
this book so much.
It's amazing. So now the next thing we're going to move into is our segment on If Love is a Curse, We'll Take It Anyways.
Now, for the books that destroyed us in the best possible way, definitely Anathema. I almost said anathema.
I say anathema.
What are we saying?
I think it's supposed to be anathema. I always say anathema, but
I don't know.
The world of Bookstagram and that everyone else I see, they say anathema. Are they pronouncing it right, or are we pronouncing it right? I don't know.
I could go back and listen to it on the audiobook and then forget again.
It is so good.
That one was really good.
Because it's good.
It's just good.
It's good.
But we've talked about that one quite a bit.
I mean, that's a 6-star read.
Yeah, that one has a lot of moving parts, a lot of dark parts, a lot of like, what the fuck is going on for a moment, and then a lot of like, what the fuck when it happens when it comes together.
Keri Lake, the brand of pain that she brings with all her books. I mean, I don't know. It's just the way she writes and how she brings the story together. Because I mean, like I said, I'm reading Eldridge. It's absolutely just as good as Anathema. Yeah. Because you're getting so many answers, but she does it in such a dark way. It's very dark. It's very heavy because you're going to lean big time into Zavander and what happened to him.
has a backstory am kind of scared to get into.
It's
Holy
dark.
truth. Because it's going to be very dark. The way he kind of goes into it in the first book, you're like, oh gosh.
Because I
All
didn't
right.
realize in the first book, I mean, because he dabbles a little bit. He tells a little bit of the story.
Very little.
Um, but what happens to him, why or how it happens to him, how he ends up with this general woman, what happened to his mother, what happened to his father. Because remember, when you're reading Anathema, his mother and father aren't alive anymore. So something happened there. And you're going into the past. You're going in present day, past, present day, past. That's the whole thing through Eldridge. And of course you're getting Mavis' view, of course, too. But she's dealing with her own thing because her sister's lost her mind and she's dealing with her. I'm getting closer to the end. I think there's going to be some more answers of why her sister's like she is. I have my own thoughts,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm not sold 100% on what I think is going on with her.
And they're not blood related, right?
No. Mm-mm. No. And Mavis gets to find out a little bit about who her mother was. She gets to find out in
Yes,
Eldridge.
I'm waiting. I want to know.
And
I have my theories.
it's so good. And you remember because they're in a very puritanical world, and the guy that's the head of the church thing there, he's an asshole. That's all I'm going to continue to say. He's just an asshole. He's a continuation of an asshole in Eldridge. But I enjoy what occurs. Also, her big giant bird thing is with her.
Yes. Sidekick.
But he doesn't like anyone but her.
Love it.
He's not real big fan of Zavander.
Nice.
Nah, he's kind of like, I think he wants to eat Zavander a little bit, but then he's kind of leaning that he might be okay, but he is not very happy. But he's watchful of her. But he is there in the mortal lands with her, which is kind of cool. Now, how about what's the other one that you have there?
Oh, The Legends of Thesmar by Helen Sure. I'm going to say
Sure.
Sure.
Helen, we want you to pronounce your last name for us because I don't
Yes.
know. I'm going to say sure.
I found a post she posted once that said, "Yes, I know my name is very hard to say. So it's like this." And I was like, "Oh, I'm always going to remember it now." Nope. Say it the way I've always said it. Oh, well.
But her series there is amazing, and it is extremely spicy. But
Yes.
but it's a spicy with a purpose spicy. It's not just spicy with a little plot. It's plot with spice.
Yes. Yeah. And
But
it
it's
has
good
good
spice.
build up.
Oh my
Yes.
God.
So
But that's very much an epic romantasy woven with grief and loyalty because of what Thea believes is happening. What she
yes.
had. I'm always inquiring in my mind, like when I'm reading that, why does she always think that this is what is happening to her? Because I don't think anyone specifically really told her that.
What do
Well,
you mean?
that was what her fate is.
Oh, because of her necklace?
Yeah. I mean, I know someone gave her the necklace. I know that. But I don't know why she was 100% that in her mind that was her fate and that was what was going to happen to her. She was so gung-ho on that.
All I remember is in the very beginning, she has like this memory of being given it, and who gave it to her was the mage or something, and
Well, she
what
doesn't
it
remember.
meant.
She doesn't really remember who gave
She
it to her.
made, well, I can't
Well, we can't say who it
spoil
is.
it,
No.
but it's in her memory as somebody that's a mage.
Yeah.
but it might not have been a mage who gave it to her.
Because I think her memories got very scrambled because she was very little.
Little and doesn't, I mean, like, you don't know what happened when you were 4 years old, and something traumatic like having to run from
Bad
the,
people, basically.
yeah, stuff going on and be hidden and
Hmm.
taken, and then they didn't even remember that they were heirs to
No,
anything either.
no.
So, yeah, I mean, like, very little to the point where, yeah, you could be told anything at that age and believe.
So I guess
So,
that's
in her
why
mind, she,
she believed everything that was happening to her. And then
yeah,
she lived her existence and her life based off of that little piece of information that she had.
yeah.
And
It really paves the whole story.
oh yeah, cuz and I think that's what made her so strong, I guess, because in
Mhm,
her mind she thought she believes she has nothing to lose because
yeah,
it's a ticking clock for her.
mhm,
And she
yep.
wants to have as much experiences
Wi
as she possibly can.
Yeah, live fast, die young.
Yes. Oh yeah.
That's
It's
Thea.
that is it is an amazing story. I really look forward to reading the second series that follows her sister, The Ashes of Thesmar. Like I
Yeah,
said, I have book 1 sitting on my shelf and book 2 is already out and book 3 comes out what, next week? It's next
already?
week or the following
Oh my
week.
gosh.
It's in
Yeah,
November.
it's November.
November's next week.
Oh my gosh.
I know. Time goes really fast.
It has.
It feels like it has been. But now, what do you think, in your opinion, what do you think was the most powerful act of love in that series?
There's so
Wilder was,
many.
I mean, Wilder,
I
I mean, he
You could
has
go
great
his
love,
way. Yeah.
but I think it's of the unknown person and the sacrifices that person made.
You think so?
Because at the end, you know what the end is.
Yeah.
That was the ultimate, that's the sign, that's the
That was
ultimate
the
thing of love.
twist when we find out about all of that
I mean,
necklace
that's
stuff.
love. That's love
Yeah, that's true.
because that was an
Yeah.
ultimate sacrifice for love.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that was why I cried.
I did too a little bit.
I
Can't
cried.
can't say
That
I
was
didn't.
such a beautiful story.
When the events happened to Kip, I probably was on the edge of my seat about to
Yeah.
cry on that one because
I
Kip's
love
my
Kip.
favorite.
He's the, what do they call him? Because he's the son of the fox. Is it that? Is it something like that? I would like to know who his dad is. I mean, I understand he's the son of the fox, but who is his dad?
Yeah.
Because I think
Um,
his dad and them are alive. Because I
but
don't think they were
isn't
dead.
he tells a story of his dad and mom, and well, I don't know. Kip is very embellished when he talks, so
Yes.
we don't really know if that's like his true heritage. But I think his dad owns part of the taverns,
Maybe he owns all
either
of
one
them
or some of them. Yeah,
because they're
maybe
all
all of them,
interlinked.
but they're a network. Yeah, so they're a network,
Because they
and
all
so
know him
he
and
knows
they're like,
things.
oh, he's
Yeah,
the son of the fox. He can have anything he wants. And the ladies love him. Because when
yeah.
you're hearing the description of him, he doesn't seem like Mr. Tall, dark, and handsome.
No, not at all.
It's that personality. He
Yeah, it's
knows
his
exactly what to
personality.
say.
Yeah, for
Mm-hmm.
sure.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I think that's why I love it. I love his character so much. It's so cool. It's funny.
Now, my one thing here says, what was one scene that left you emotionally gutted? Now, of course, we just said it. Mine was Legend of Thesmar. That moment we were just talking about before Kip, that was the one
That,
that when that ending happened, it got me, it gutted
yeah,
my heart, and but it was done so
that
beautifully.
there's so much that happens at the end. A lot. Well, and even the sister, or no, who's the guy? The guy that liked the sister, and like he's like, where is she?
Oh yeah.
And like there's that. Sorry, I don't want to spoil things, so I'm like being vague again. And yeah, a lot of loss, a lot of
That is true.
wartime kind of vibes where you have that loss
Well,
and that sacrifice
and you
everywhere.
just, as you're reading the books and stuff, because it is brutal, because it is war and that kind of stuff, there's so much that happens, and you just don't know what's going to happen. It's good, but that one is the one
Yeah.
that I'd say left me the most emotionally gutted.
Yeah, you definitely feel that feeling of doom and loss and like, oh crap,
Hmm.
we're going to all lose. And then just it kind of like slowly starts to rebuttal. And you're like, okay, I see a little hope again. And then it crashes a little bit. And then you see a little more hope again. And then you're like, okay, we could do this. And then something crazy happens. And you're like, oh,
Oh, because when you get to, was it the end of book 2? Because there's another giant cliffhanger moment. Do you remember? Because that's when the tide turns a different way and you
is
didn't
that
see
where
it coming.
Wilder does his
Yes,
thing?
yes, Wilder
Yeah.
does his thing.
Yeah. That was
And
another like you sit up in bed like,
oh,
no,
oh yeah, because you're like, this
what?
can't be happening.
No,
Because
not
you're
Wilder.
like, what is he doing?
Yeah.
And but you don't understand yet.
Yeah.
You just
And
don't
you're like,
understand,
please don't. No,
and then so you're
he did
truly,
it.
well, you're truly feeling just like what Thea would be feeling. You have,
Yeah.
that is a true moment in a book that you could say that you really felt what the female main character was feeling,
Yes.
because I was
You
angry.
felt that betrayal for
I
a
was very
moment.
betrayed, and I'm like, how could he,
Yeah.
do the
And then
thing
you're
that he
skimming
does?
like, let's redo this. Oh my gosh, something's gotta happen. No.
So then that's why then you read book 1 and 2, then you read Slaying the Shadow Prince, because it gives insight, or I guess it's kind of the emotional read, and then you read books 3 and 4. That's at least what Helen suggests, and
Yes.
that's the way I read it, and it was very good that way.
Yeah.
Now let's see here, where am I at? Okay, what is a book hangover recovery ritual after one of these stories? What do you do?
My gosh. I sit and stare at the wall for a good moment. And I have to process what everything is. I'm a theorizer, so I like to take all my little puzzle pieces and go, okay, so if this happened,
Hmm.
this is my information I have. I have to go, okay, that can't go this way because so and so did this. And
Yes.
wait, that could happen for our benefit because this didn't occur yet. Like, so I have to go through the whole maze of how the plot could happen next.
Now, do
And
you?
then when I have my theories, I
Oh,
feel
okay.
good.
Now do you go back and reread?
I will later. I try not I wouldn't like reread it again. Um if there's parts of books like oh my gosh, Alchemize right now, I've had to like stop
Hmm.
and go back and be like, let me read this part again so I understand
Yes.
it a little better because I can't move on if I don't understand what's currently
Well,
going
yeah.
on.
Well, yeah. I mean, it
So
makes
I don't
sense.
feel like I have to reread right away. I can definitely wait on it. And then,
Hmm.
like I said, my book summaries are from top to bottom, all inclusive. So I remember a lot of books actually, especially if people talk to me about them. I'm like, what happened again with this? And someone's like, so and so said whatever. I'm like, oh yes, and
Oh
then
yeah.
da 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 da. Da. It just has to kind of calculate again. But I
I
remember a lot about
I
books, so I
remember
don't
a
reread too
lot.
much.
Now I remember
Yeah,
a lot too. Sometimes I forget people's names in the book.
always.
I
Yeah.
know who they are, but I don't
Yes.
always necessarily remember all the names, unless
Agreed.
they are a somebody that is a strong person that I'm like, you know, because like Kip, you can't forget him.
Never.
The other guy that was with them, do
I
you
can't
remember
remember his name actually.
See?
Cal. It was
Cal.
Cal. Because I
Okay.
want to call him Chris, but Chris is Kip. I was like, he has a C name. Cal. It just came to me. Yeah.
And then you have, then there's Wilder, and then there's the other two war swords. And
There's Vernon. I
Vernon.
think
Oh,
his name is Vernon.
Vernon had some slipperiness about him.
Yeah. He's not
I'm still
the
not
best.
sold 100% on him, even
No.
though it ended and stuff, but I don't know if we might see him in. Do we see characters from.
Kind of.
We see a little bit of it in the Ashes of Besmar.
He's talked about. I think he retired or something because the next book is 10 years after the war.
Oh, okay, so that's when Ashes
with
start.
Ren,
Okay.
And then Torge is the other war sword.
Oh, yes. He's kind of like he's kind of like Thor.
Like a, well, what's his name?
Because he has a hammer.
The Bear Slayer. Yeah. And so I just think of him as like a big burly bear guy.
And then his hair is.
It turns silver.
It's silver because he was
in
blonde.
The fourth. Yeah.
And
he was blonde.
And then
but it turns like bright white. Yeah. So now they call him the silver something.
A lot of these men are silver foxes.
Yeah. Forget it.
This is what now, like, as we read all our different books and that, I do not picture them. I don't read them as like real young guys, like in their 20s. They're all like 30s, 40s, broody men for me. Oh, my husband laughed really hard because I said to him, because he said broody. He's like, what do you mean? I said, well, you're broody. And he's like, what are you talking about? He didn't understand what I was saying with broody. I said, what's how you're at? Because he was thinking like how chickens are broody when they're on the nest and they don't. I said,
no, chickens did that.
No. But I told him he was broody, and now he thinks that's the funniest thing. So he has embraced the book world slightly, some of our terminology, but that made me laugh. That was the last record we did when we were talking broody.
Oh goodness!
But it was funny. But I guess truly, if a book doesn't emotionally wreck me at least once, did I even read it? Because I think all the books I have, there's some element to it. I don't think I could read a book that just was sunshine and rainbows the whole way through and nothing dramatic happened.
Yeah.
I mean, can you read anything like that?
What life is not like that.
No.
So it'd be a true fantasy book, but
yeah, like I can't watch the Hallmark Channel, like where they have like their stuff, because in my mind it all seems very like, I'm not saying that these books seem like reality and stuff.
Yeah,
but there's elements of how life is, dark things happen, good things happen, bad things happen. It's all how you work through things to get to the good part. But I don't like a lot of those kind of like the Hallmark movies and all that stuff, because it's all like life is not like that.
It's a little cheesy.
It's cheesy.
A little cheesy for me.
I can't.
Yeah, my mom watches Hallmark movies all year. I'm like, it's like D-rated movies most of the time. Some of them are good in acting, but some of them I'm like, God, this is bad.
My mom used to watch Lifetime movies. You know how they have the Lifetime movie network? Because I think it still exists. And my mom would be watching them, and I would come home from work and she'd be there, watching it. And I'd be like, oh, these are horrible. And you know what? I would get sucked into it. There are those kind of horrible movies that you can't look away. And I would get sucked into it and I'd be watching it. And I'm like, what's happening in this? And then most of the time she didn't even know what was going on, and she wasn't paying attention 100%. And then I get sucked into
background noise.
Yeah. Oh, well.
Who knows?
This has been fun tonight. But I hope all of you enjoyed us in our spookiness. I did my interesting makeup, and Heather has the best witch's hat that could possibly be on her thing. And it makes me laugh so hard every time I look at it. But I have spiders. I have spiders in my hair. But I don't know if you can see it because my hair's so dark. Can you see my
They're sparkly.
spiders pretty good?
Now I can with the light. Yeah, they're sparkly.
They're sparkly. And then I put one here so it could look like it was crawling on me. But 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 that wraps up the one with the haunted hearts and cursed loves. Our love letter to the romances that destroy us. And somehow it healed us too.
If your heart's still bleeding after this one, same. So much good stuff. Follow Two Girls, One TBR wherever you get your podcasts. And yes, you can watch us on YouTube.
Oh, yes, you can see how fancy we are. You
Yeah.
need to see our fanciness. But now next week, we're turning the heat back up because after all this heartbreak, we definitely deserve a little spice.
Until then, may your book boyfriend stay morally gray and your love story stay just a little bit cursed.
Good night, everyone.
And happy Halloween.
And happy Halloween. Night.